This short introduction to my project basically sums up the process that it took to get things completed. After I finished Capricornius Vol.2 in 2018, I pretty much hit a brick wall. Writer's block, creative block, all the blocks, you know how it goes. I had beats but no inspiration to write, so I fell off. I began to doubt my abilities. I began to feel like it wasn't even worth it. I just totally stopped writing songs. I was so indecisive about my music career. Like, did I even want to call it a career? What exactly was it? I gave up the whole thing and decided that I was going to pour myself into everyone else's projects. I really was looking for some unnecessary validation, I guess. Fast forward to early May, maybe April, one of the two, I just randomly decided that I was going to put out a project. And guess what? We worked our butts off to make that happen. Transcend is 2 years in the making, and she's damn near perfect if you ask me. I love it so much, and it turns out that I did have a plan, and the vision was clear. I just had to focus and breathe. And I had to believe that this too shall truly pass. So, this song was written to mirror New Level by A$AP Ferg. Shout out to the mob. I really love that song, and I wanted to capture that same aggressive energy. I probably recorded and re-recorded my song like 10 times. Something about me trying to be aggressive with my vocal tone just wasn't sitting right with me. Eventually, I landed on the idea of giving it a more cash dial flow, and boom. Think It's a Game, the song that everyone knows and loves, was born. I've been underestimated quite a few times in my life, and a few of those times I really let it get to me. So, Think It's a Game was inspired by my alter ego. She's the part of me that's real bossy and outspoken. She's the one that likes to talk choppy and stunt, and she enjoys a good challenge because it's only going to make her better. She's a real boss, okay? Sometimes you just have to get in that bag where you just talk your ish and geek yourself up. When Jay-Z said, "I have no fear of anything, do everything well," I felt that in my spirit because I really stay jumping off the porch, y'all. This song is an anthem for anyone who knows their worth and wants to add tax. Talk your ish, but make sure you can back it up, okay? So I picked my little bro, Clutch Coop, for this feature because he's really similar to me in character, I guess. He doesn't like to be misunderstood or underestimated either. The real can relate. The funny part is, though we both live in the same household, he almost didn't make the album because he was late with his verse. But I'm glad he did get it together because, man, he delivered a solid verse that really took me from just liking a song to actually loving it. Because to be honest, I wasn't even sure I wanted to use this song on the project. Thanks for the upgrade, Clutch Coop. All in all, I love this song and how it turned out. I chose it to be the second song on the project because I think it sums up how I feel about where my career and I are headed. I hope you enjoyed listening to it, and I haven't even heard about anybody that hasn't loved this song, so if you haven't checked out Transcend, what exactly are you waiting for? Stream it wherever you stream music. So, what do you think about when you think about the people's choice? I'm thinking popular, maybe widely acceptable, maybe well-liked, maybe a guarantee. This person or people, those folks are choosing a favorite. And when I think of people's choice, I never think of me. I've never been popular or well-liked. Not to say that I was hated or anything, but I always fell into that middle group of people that weren't lame, but they definitely weren't popular either. It's pretty weird how all our lives we've been separated into categories, but that's a conversation for another time. Anyway, though, in high school, I struggled with the whole being accepted concept. Not to the detriment of myself, but enough to remember how I pressed myself to get popular, to have everyone like me and acknowledge me. Praise God for growth, because I now realize that I'm not for everybody, and that's absolutely okay. But as you can probably tell from the lyrics, I live in my head quite a bit, so there's always an inner struggle. This song was inspired by a lot of things, a lot of different pieces from different stages of my life. I think the portion of my life that most inspired this song was most recently. Within the last 5-6 years, maybe, I've lived quite a bit of life in the last 5 or 6 years, y'all. Been associated with a lot of different people, worked on a lot of different jobs and projects, and had a lot of titles in several different friend groups. Achieved a lot of my goals, and I set them for myself, and yet felt so empty. Probably because I was overthinking. But anyway, though, as I sit back and write this piece, I think it may have been because I was doing all of this stuff for the wrong reason. I wanted people to like me, and I wanted to be accepted, and I wanted folks to know my name, and I wanted to be the people's choice. And it seemed like no one was clapping like I wanted them to. Again, overthinking. This could have been all in my brain. As time flew by, one thing remained constant. I was dedicated to the work. I was dedicated to the hustle and the grind, and I never wanted anything that I didn't work for. And guess what? The real ones recognize the real work ethic and the great energy. I've learned that my energy is one of my greatest assets, and even if I'm not the people's choice, they gonna feel this. As we grow, our vision changes and our desires change. We evolve as people. Don't worry about who's watching and who's clapping, and don't worry about being accepted or being popular. Keep your eyes on the prize and press forward. You'll notice that many of the things that you used to strive for in the past were distractions. The real bag comes when you learn yourself and make that shit work for you. Popularity can't pay the bills if you don't know how to monetize it anyway. I say this all the time, and it's really how you play the game. And if you're out here trying to make everyone like you, impressed about being popular, you're worried about the wrong things, my baby. Stay focused on the long game.